Good morning, it's day 2 of the Grown and Gathered Challenge. I ate well yesterday and I'm getting ready to start my day today. I have to bottle honey at our kitchen today, so I'm getting loaded up for that, getting all my honey loaded into my truck to bring there. But need to figure out food. I think I'm gonna eat a couple eggs from our chickens for breakfast, maybe another papaya, and then I got a bunch of squirrel stew left over, so I'm gonna bring some of that for lunch. And then I also got a deer ham and a hog ham out of the freezer to figure out making some meal plans for later this week, some dinners, and maybe some ham would be good for breakfast as well, so I'm going to utilize that. So here we go, get started with day 2. Is your pony eating an orange? That's silly. Yep, I made a fruit salad with some papaya and wild tangerine. I'm trying to get this honey open. I'm going to drizzle some of our orange blossom honey over it. And I love this orange blossom honey. It just reminds me of being in the orange groves in springtime, which is about to happen again. The end of the month, I'll be bringing bees back out to orange blossoms. So right now I'm just filling up the bottling tank here at our kitchen that we rent for bottling honey. And right now it's cold out, it's in the 40s today, and so this honey is cold, it's thick, a lot of it is crystallized. And so I'm just putting it in this tank, and this is going to warm it up to about 95 degrees, and that's the same temp that the bees will keep their honey in the hives, so it'll get it back to that nice liquid state where it can flow easily and I'll be able to bottle it. That's crystallized honey coming out there. It's still perfectly good to eat, but it's hard to work with. So we like to warm it up to its natural state that it would be in the hive. Get it back to that nice flowing liquid. Well, I got the bottling tank all filled up with honey. I need to give it some time to warm up and settle down. And so while I'm waiting, I think I'm gonna go right down the road. I have a storage unit, and at that property there's a key lime tree growing. And so I wanna check that out, see if there's any key limes on it. And I think if I can find some of those, it'll be a good score, and I can find a lot of uses for those during this challenge. Here's that key lime tree, just growing down here by this ditch and kind of brush pile there. Man, that thing is in full bloom right now. Look at that. I love the smell of citrus blooms. I did get a nice handful of these key limes off this tree, and these are going to be great for especially cooking seafood with. And I like to use the peels to make a zest as well. Came home for a quick lunch today, a salad from the garden with some of the tomatoes and the cabbage that I got from the farm yesterday, and also have some leftover squirrel stew from last night. Well, that was definitely the best meal I've had so far. That salad was awesome, and I found out squirrel soup's actually better the second day. It's one of those leftover foods. So I'm going back to bottle honey. Got Ellie there doing her school on the computer. Bye guys, love ya. Back to work. Well, I'm bottling honey here in our commercial kitchen. And today's going pretty good. Had a really good breakfast and lunch. Getting some work done. And then got to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Alright, I just had gifts arrive from Brother Buka. We were camping out at our property, I think it was, 2 days ago?
Something like that.
Up in Brooksville, and there's a lake next to it, and bombed the mullet net and caught a bunch of big tilapia. I'm working on dinner for tonight. I'm making some grilled tilapia with a garden salad. So I'm just going over here to my garden beds. I'm gonna get some herbs and get some arugula, and then use some of the different vegetables I got from the farm yesterday to make a nice salad, and then grilling up some tilapia that we caught up in Brooksville a few days ago. And so it should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Here's my arugula bed. Just come in here with the scissors and get what I need. Coming over to my herb garden, I'm going to harvest some of this nice cilantro as well as a couple different varieties of basil here. And then maybe some chives as well to put in this salad. First, I'm gonna make a salad with this arugula. Just gonna chop it up a little smaller. Put that on the plate. And then I have some of this basil. I'm gonna take these leaves off, mix them in there. Have two different varieties of basil here. And then some cilantro, which is one of my favorite herbs. And I got these little yellow tomatoes from foraging at the farm yesterday. I'm just going to slice these in half. Put those on last. And I'm going to chop up some of this cabbage that I got at the farm yesterday. Mix a little bit of that in there as well. Put these tomatoes on top. Maybe a little bit more basil. And there it is. A fresh garden salad. Now I'm going to prepare this tilapia. And I've already marinated it in a little soy sauce and olive oil, as well as a little white wine and some basil from the garden. And I just have one of these little key limes that I found earlier at the storage unit. And I'm just gonna zest this key lime peel right on the fish before I put it on the grill. A little bit of key lime on the blaze here. And just let them cook enough to be done in the middle. And then get them off the grill before they start sticking. And there's dinner. That's definitely the best looking meal I've made so far. Day 2 is coming to a close. Try my dinner. That salad's good. Now I'm going to dig into this tilapia. That's actually really good. A lot of times tilapia will have kind of a muddy pond taste to it. These were living in a really clean lake out in the country. There's no really road runoff into this lake. So these are really clean tasting and just nice white flaky meat. Well, that brings day number 2 to a close. I'm staying fed and definitely getting more healthy with this diet than what I was eating before.